Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I pray that y'all are having a blessed and marvelous day. And without further ado, we're just gonna jump straight into it. In this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys what God revealed to me in Exodus and how you would think seeing God split the Red Sea, seeing plagues after plagues, and manna from heaven was going to be enough to build unshakable faith, was going to be enough to anchor your faith. But God revealed to me that no, miracles aren't enough to anchor your faith. Intimacy with me is. In Exodus, God revealed to me that yes, miracles, they grab your attention. They even stir up belief in that moment. But without intimacy, faith has nothing to root itself into. Let that sink in. And so before we read Exodus 32, I'm going to give you all a little summary of what happened before then. In Exodus 24:12, the Lord said to Moses, "Come up to me on the mountain and wait there, that I may give you the tablets of stone." In Exodus 24:18, Moses entered the cloud and went up on the mountain, and Moses was on the mountain for 40 days and 40 nights. By that time, we get into Exodus 32. The people grew impatient. And so let's now read Exodus 32. The gold calf. When people saw how long it was taking Moses to come back down the mountain, they gathered around Aaron. "Come on," they said, "make us some gods who can lead us. We don't know what happened to this fellow Moses who brought us here from the land of Egypt." So Aaron said, "Take the gold rings from the ears of your wives and sons and daughters and bring them to me." All the people took the gold rings from their ears and brought them to Aaron. Then Aaron took the gold, melted it down, and molded it into the shape of a calf. When the people saw it, they exclaimed, "O Israel, these are the gods who brought you out of the land of Egypt." Aaron saw how excited the people were, so he built an altar in front of the calf. Then he announced, "Tomorrow will be a festival to the Lord." The people got up early the next morning to sacrifice burnt offerings and peace offerings. After this, they celebrated with feasting and drinking, and they indulged in pagan revelry. The Lord told Moses, "Quick, go down the mountain. The people whom you brought from the land of Egypt have corrupted themselves. How quickly they have turned away from the way I commanded them to live. They have melted down gold and made a calf, and they have bowed down and sacrificed to it. They are saying, 'These are the gods, O Israel, who brought you out of the land of Egypt.'" Then the Lord said, "I have seen how stubborn and rebellious these people are. Now leave me alone so my fierce anger can blaze against them, and I will destroy them. Then I will make you, Moses, into a great nation." Ooh, wee. So the Israelites, these are the same people who saw God split the Red Sea, saw plagues after plagues and manna from heaven, but they grew impatient and their lack of trust was exposed in the waiting because they didn't have clarity and they filled the silence with idols. They filled the silence with idols. How many times have we grew impatient on waiting on the Lord to answer us, on waiting on the Lord to come through for us? How many times have we gotten weary in our waiting that we ran to a relationship that was not of God? We ran to a career that's not of God. Anything, we ran to sin because we grew tired of waiting for God to come through. And God revealed that in the waiting, it exposes your heart. It exposes, are you in it for God or are you in it for the blessing? And I know this is going to be a hard pill to swallow because for so long, God showed me that I was only seeking his hand. I wasn't seeking God for who he truly was. And this is why when God is silent, we're more susceptible of going back to the life that God has brought us out of because we're in it for the wrong things. We're in it for the blessing. Sometimes he intentionally doesn't give us the full timeline, not to confuse us, but to build trust, stretch faith, and reveal our hearts. Yes. So if you're in a season where you're not seeing the miracles, but you're being drawn into a deeper time with God. That's not lesser, that's stronger, because it's forming a faith that isn't shaken when feelings fade or prayers take time. God is asking you, are you still in it for me or what I can do for you? Mm, 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 mm. In these chapters, Aaron saw everything Moses saw, but didn't spend face to face time with God like Moses did. So when things got quiet, when the waiting felt long, Aaron reverted to what was familiar: people pleasing, performance, idolatry. Their faith was built on events, not intimacy. How many of us have built our faith on the miracles, signs, and wonders, on the blessing, when God is calling us to build our faith in intimacy, in true, authentic worship, in surrender? Your intimacy with God strengthens you in a way that even storms, when they come, it's what's in you that's going to keep you. The moment the Israelites didn't feel in control, they created something that they could. And a lot of us are trying to control the situation that we're in. We're trying to take matters into our own hands when God doesn't answer us when we want. But that leads into idolatry. That leads into sin. You're showing God that you don't trust him. And so I'm just going to define, what does it truly mean to have face-to-face time with God, to spend face-to-face time with God? Because in the waiting, it exposes your heart. Face-to-face means a deep, personal, unfiltered communion with God. When your heart is fully engaged, your spirit is in tune, and you are not just talking to God, you are just being with him in his presence. Miracles affect the eye, but presence transforms your heart. And when I tell you, God has been taking me into a deeper season with him, to where he's calling me to spend more time with him and to be in his presence, and it has transformed my heart, my way of thinking. It has exposed how I was so stuck into prosperity gospel, how I was so drowned in pride, just making things about me. And God showed me that, Jen, it's not about you. It's about him making us look like Christ. Our hearts, our spirit, our mind, making it look like Christ. Face-to-face time with God builds rootedness, and it teaches you to trust in him even when you don't see the miracle, because you've encountered his heart. Miracles are moments. Presence builds a lifestyle. The Israelites saw miracles after miracles in the wilderness: manna, water from a rock, the Red Sea, but still they doubted. So don't chase the miracles, chase the God of miracles. Let your faith be built in the secret place, not the spotlight. Make intimacy your aim, and the fruit will follow. You feel like you've been waiting for so long and you're not getting the answer. God is testing you. He's showing you where your heart is. He's seeing, are you doing it for my hand? Are you seeking me for my hand? Or are you seeking me for who I truly am? But we finna go even deeper, because we also see this with Jesus. Some followed the miracles, not the Messiah. After he fed the multitude in John 6, the crowds kept following him, not out of devotion, but because they wanted more bread. Jesus called them out. In John 6:26, he said, "You are not looking for me because you saw signs, but because you ate the loaves and were filled." Then he began teaching hard truths about spiritual foods, about surrender, and the same crowds that chased miracles walked away. John 6:66. From that time, many of his disciples went back and walked with him no more. So which one are you? Which one are you? Are you going to walk away when times get hard and he calls you to a deeper surrender? Are you only walking with God for what he can do for you, the miracles, the blessings? Okay. We also see this with Judas. Judas was one of the people that were walking with God, But he saw all the miracles, and he still ended up betraying him. The Pharisees saw the miracles and still plotted to kill him. So I encourage you guys, don't build your faith on signs. Build it on his voice, his truth, and in his presence. And when others walk away, be the one who stays, not because of what he does, but because of who he is. He is worthy to be praised. He sent his one and only son to die on a cross for you so that you can have hope, so that you can have freedom. His love is out of this world. His love is greater than any other love in this world. So we're going to end with this. Jesus asked Peter in John 6:67, "Will you also go away?" Peter said, "Where else would we go? You have the words of life." And that is what true intimacy with God looks like. That's faith built on who Jesus is. Peter saw and he knew that God is the prize, that being with God is what is truly about, and that his word brings life. His word his word is what we're all thirsting for, what we're all seeking, what we're all looking for. So, and in this video, surrender your time, your thoughts, and your plans to God daily. Walk with him. Seek God for who he truly is, not just what he can do for you. Seek God for who he truly is and not his hand, because he's more than that. He's worthy to be praised. I love you guys, and I hope this message encouraged you. I advise you guys to go back to Exodus 24 and read 24 through 32 and see how seeing miracles, signs, and wonders aren't enough to anchor your faith, but true intimacy with God is. I love you guys, and y'all have a blessed and beautiful day.